Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about organizing your life, your work, and your money. In today's video, we're going to be discussing and diving into my evening planning routine. I wanted to share with you the different things that I do within my planner when it is time to close out my day, just so you can see how I prep and prepare for the very next day. Now, this video will be a collab with Rana Plans. If you've never heard of her channel, I will leave it linked in the description box below, but I absolutely love her functional planning style. So we both will be sharing our evening planning routine. So after you watch this video, head over to her channel and watch hers. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing that I have is my planning notebook. So this is a notebook that assists along with my planner. I do keep things in here for a longer period of time. So everything that's in my planner, I keep in my planner for about a month to 2 months. All of my inserts are about 2 months, and then I will just take them out and replace them. But if it's in my notebook, this is content that I'm going to keep for a longer period of time. So I like to keep all of my routines that are listed out, or anything else that I could possibly need to refer to over the course of a year within this notebook. So this is where I have my actual routines. And I plan on doing a flip through of this notebook soon, but let me know in the comments if y'all are really interested in seeing a flip through of this. But I do have my evening planning routine within this section, and it is divided up into 3, where I check my life planner, my business section, and then this notebook. So I'm going to put this to the side, and we're going to walk through my evening planning routine together so that I can show you step by step the different things that I do within this routine. The first section that we start off with is my life planning section, which is the schedule section of my planner. The first thing that I will do is map out the next day priorities. So we're going to start on my monthly section. And what I will do within my monthly section is look and see what's going on for the next day. So it's actually Monday as I'm filming this video. So what I will do is look at the very next day. I do see that I have a client meeting. I have a one-on-one on tomorrow at 1 p.m. So this is something that's a high priority for me. So when I flip over to my weekly section, I do want to make sure that it's listed out on here. I do have it listed here, and I do have the hour blocked off. So the next thing that I'm going to do is add my top priorities for tomorrow at the very top here. And usually I will list 2 to 3 priorities that I'm going to add. So my top priorities are to complete some filming. I want to send out an email. And I am taking a trip later this week, so I'm going to make sure that I complete my packing for my trip. So those are the top 3 priorities that I will add for the next day. The next thing that I'm going to do is going to be to time block this entire day. I will usually look at my priorities and then see when I can time block these different things out. So it will probably be filming around this time. And then I will mark off from 9 to about 11 to complete that. I have a 1 p.m. meeting, and then I will do some packing right before I go into another meeting. I also need to send out an email, so I will do that around this time. Around 8 a.m. So I've added all my time blocking for the day. So that means I have mapped out my priorities and I have time blocked. The next thing that I need to do is review my cleaning routine and then review my to-do list. So I'm going to pop back in my divider, and then we will flip over to my cleaning routine. So my cleaning routine is something that I have added back into my planner just to make sure that I am staying on top of the different areas of my home. So whenever I'm reviewing it in the evening, I'm just making sure that I have completed everything that I have listed in under my house cleaning for that day. Today is Monday, and I have already checked off these particular things that I needed to do, and I have done all of my daily cleaning for Monday. So looking at the very next day, I already have it listed. What are the 2 rooms that I want to clean on tomorrow? So when tomorrow comes, I will check those off, and I will just check off all of my daily cleaning. So when I'm reviewing this, I'm mainly reviewing it for the current day that I am on, making sure that everything is done. And since everything is done, I don't need to move it over to the next day. But let's say I didn't clean one of these rooms. If I didn't clean the kitchen, for instance, then I would just move that over to this line here. That's why I have 2 additional blank lines. That is to help me to catch up throughout the week on any rooms that I wasn't able to do on that day. So if I wasn't able to clean my living room or my kitchen, then I would have just added it here and tried to do it on the next day. But as I am reviewing this, I see that all of the rooms are currently done and all of this is done. So we're good to go for the next day. And the next section we're gonna flip to is my to-do list. So my to-do list is the exact same way. I will look at all of the things that I have not checked off, and then I'm reviewing if there's anything that I need to add to my schedule. So there are a couple of things that I need to complete. I'm currently working on this right now, and then I do have a couple of other things that I need to do. But at the end of the day, I will be basically checking off the ones that I have done and seeing if I need to move anything over to my schedule for the very next day. And how I have been using this to-do list, I use it as a running list. As you can see, I just add the date at the very top, and I am using this column for 1 week and then this column for the next week. And it has really been working for me. As you can see, it's just a running list, and I will just check it off as I need to and then just roll things over. But when it comes to this, looking at this, and at the end of my day, when I am prepping for the next day, I will basically just look at what I have checked off and see if I need to move anything to my weekly section. So if there is something on here that I need to move, then I will just basically write it on my actual time blocking section. So for instance, I have 3 videos here that I need to film. And so how that looks on my weekly schedule is I will just have a section blocked off for filming. And if I needed to know what exactly I am filming, then I will flip over to this section and see that I'm filming Friday's video, next Wednesdays, and next Fridays. And then if I needed to further see what those videos were, I would flip over to my business section, and I have way more detail of the video content that I am filming. But when it comes down to my evening planning routine, this is just a review, making sure that I have everything listed on here and also listed on my actual schedule, and I have time allotted for each thing that I have on my to-do list. And so that is it for the life planning section. We have mapped out the next day priorities. I've reviewed my cleaning routine. I've time blocked for the next day, and I've also reviewed my to-do list. The very next section that we're going to look at is my business section. And within my business section, this is basically the exact same thing that I'm going to do from the life planning section, except I'm just looking at my business. So I'm looking at the very next day to see anything that is coming up. I don't have to post a video on Tuesday, so I will just look and see what reels I need to complete. And I will try and schedule these ahead of time if I am able to. However, the idea of my evening planning routine is just for me to have an idea of what's coming up next. So I know I don't need to plan anything for YouTube, but I do need to create the reel for my cleaning tracker, which I already have done that. So that means that this is already set up and ready. And that is how I review my content schedule, and I will review my ideas. The next thing I will review is my appointments and any meetings, which we already did that because I do keep that on my monthly calendar. And I will schedule an email to go out to my client's inbox about an hour before the meeting to confirm and make sure that they are still okay to meet at that time. But I know that she is already confirmed, so that appointment is already set and I don't have any additional meetings for the day. So the next thing that I would need to look at, we've already reviewed my posting schedule, is my YouTube tracker. So with the YouTube tracker, I am just looking at the videos that are coming out for the next week. It's the exact same thing as the content schedule, except it goes a little bit more into detail for YouTube, because with YouTube, there is so much more that you need to complete. Like, for instance, after I have finished this, I have filmed it, but I still need to edit, upload. I need to do the thumbnail, description cards, in-screen tags, chapters, and add comments and share the video. So since there's so much more, I do have a separate tracker that just is allocated toward my YouTube videos. So after I will film this one, I will check this one off, but I do like to check in at the end of the day during my evening planning routine to see what else I need to complete for the very next day. So I very, very rarely film and edit on the same day. Usually I will film all of my videos, and then different videos may be in different stages, just depending on when that video needs to post. So this one is actually going up on this Friday, which today is Monday, but by the time you will see this, it will actually be Friday. So I will check this one off, and it will probably go into the editing process on tomorrow. And so I will need to make sure that I have that added to my schedule, or it may go on Wednesday. It probably will be edited on Wednesday if I think about it, because my schedule tomorrow is pretty full. But I do like to keep within my evening routine to think through, when am I going to edit and upload this video, to make sure that I have allotted enough time to do all of these things before it needs to post on Friday. So this tracker just keeps me on schedule with everything. So I do like to check in on this one at least once a day, and that is during my evening routine. And that is the last thing that I will do within the business section of my planner for my evening planning routine. The last thing that I will do within my evening planning routine is check my notebook. So within my notebook, I do keep my brain dump, and I will add any relevant information that I might need for my planner. So I do have some business notes in here, and I do have a brain dump section at the very front of my planner. However, I haven't had to write anything pretty much in my brain dump section. These are mainly notes for upcoming videos, but I don't have anything else that's in here because I just recently cleared it out. But what I will do, let's say I am in a meeting with a client and I am talking and I am just taking down notes based on a one-on-one conversation that we're having, and I'm writing notes to myself about additional things that I will need to do. I will jot it down within this notebook and just write down, maybe I need to email them a planner download, or I might need to send them a follow-up email with some additional answers to some of their questions. I will write it in here just so I have the space to write down all of my notes, but then I will transfer it over to my planner and make sure that I follow up and actually do it. That will happen within the weekly section of my planner. I will just write down additional things that I need to do at the very top here, or I may even add it to my sidebar to let myself know, hey, you need to add downloads, or you need to follow up this email with this person to make sure that you answer their questions. It kind of helps me to see it within my planner as well, but I don't have the space here to write down all of the notes that I might possibly need to say. So this is a way for me to just kind of let myself know to check my notebook, or to vice versa, have my notebook to write down the information that I need to complete within here. But that is the very last thing that I will do within my planning routine for the evening. And my planning evening routine is super short. As you can see, it's only those 3 steps, because the main reason for my evening planning routine is just to prepare for the very next day. So all of the other sections that I have within my planner, when it comes down to my budget and my reading, usually is not within my evening planning routine, because my evening planning routine is really just connected with what's going to happen tomorrow. Other than that, everything else that happens within my planner usually will happen during my morning routine, when I just have more energy. I have more energy in the morning, so I can do more within my planner in the morning. So that's the time where I am looking at my faith section, I am checking off my budget, I'm looking at my reading section. I do all of those things within the morning, but within my evening routine, it is only dedicated to these 3 sections. And that is it for my evening planner routine. Super simple, but I hope that this one helped you guys. And make sure that you head over and check out Rana Plans, check out her evening planning routine. I'm sure that she has some additional tips that will help you with your overall planner routine. And if you want more tips on how to organize your life, make sure that you head over and look at my membership called the Organize You. Over on the Organize You, I do have weekly live classes with the group. We also have a book club. We have a private podcast. You have access to all of my planner downloads, and you have a group of women where you can discuss all of your planner and organization questions. We're all there to help out each other. If you want more information on it, make sure that you check out the description box. I will have a link to the membership there as well, and I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.